Hey, hey, hi BFFs. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So I know this is unannounced, and I hope you can hear me okay. Um, but I brought my children to a summer camp, science summer camp or whatever. So I'm at the library, and I'm like, let me just hop in right quick and do a broadcast. Because I have 5 things that I wanted to share with you right quick. So I'll give you time to hop in. Um, so I apologize that I did not warn you in advance, but as I mentioned a couple of days ago, I wanted to do a few earlier broadcasts because I know there are people, our Be Free family, who are all over the world. And so depending on the time, um, they may not be able to watch. And I typically do the broadcast in the evening because that's convenient for me. However, I want to be accessible to all of my BFFs, right? So I'm going to play around with the time. Sometimes I'm going to announce when I'm coming on. Sometimes if it's impromptu like this, I'm just going to hop in here, share whatever I want to share, then hop out, and then you guys can leave comments and questions and all that jazz under the video. And then I do want to let you know as you watch the broadcast, I'm going to leave them in the group. If you paid attention, I'm taking some of the broadcasts out. So you will have 48 hours to watch these broadcasts, sometimes maybe 72, depending on the timing, because I am using the content for other things. And so just want to let you know. So be sure, like if you see a broadcast for the day, go ahead and check it out. You'll have 48 to 72 hours to take a look at it. And then you may notice that it's not there anymore. So if you have questions for me about anything that I share, go ahead and the drop them under the video, and I'll be sure to respond to you. So if you're watching me live, thank you for watching for sure. And then please say hi to me. Let me know who's watching. It's hard to tell when you do a Facebook Live from your computer who's watching. So you got to say hi to me so I can say hi to you. If this is your first time catching me, I am Siobhan, founder and creator of Be Free Project, teaching women how to get unstuck, how to get clear about what you want so ultimately you can be free and unstoppable to live the life that you desire. Just to give you an idea of what I do, I am a clarity cultivator, right? Hi, Tanya. Welcome. Hey, Tanya. And so I offer one-on-one coaching, group coaching. I host live events called the Be Free Life Class. I have a Be Free Life class coming up on June 24th about self-care, natural hair, and just your journey. So how to embrace who you are, and then how to focus on practicing self-care, but more so not just about your outer appearance, but emotionally and mentally. Like, how are you taking care of you? And you will walk away with connections, networking with other people. You're going to have some good food. There will be giveaways. And then you're going to have actionable tips that you can apply right away to begin to, start taking better care of you. I think we as women need to do a better job at that, especially because we give so much of ourselves all the time. And so when I talk about being free and living the life that you were created to live, what I mean by that is like taking care of you, putting you first, and letting you know that it's okay to do that. So you can definitely join me. I dropped a link today in the group, so you can register for that if you're in Cleveland or surrounding areas. It really doesn't matter at this point because people travel to see me. I have people who have traveled from Youngstown, DC, and Detroit just to come and hear me speak, which is so freaking amazing. So that excites me. And then also, I got to keep remembering to say this. Hey, Keisha. I'm coming to North Carolina in the fall. So if any of you ladies, and when I say fall, October. So if any of you ladies are in North Carolina or surrounding cities, I'm going to start once I can secure a venue. So if you have any ideas, if you're in the area of places that you would love to see me at or think that would be a great place to host an event, please let me know because I am looking for venues at this very moment. Hey, Tammy, thank you. I'm trying to do something new. Look, I washed my hair this morning, so it's all in twist or whatever. So this is my cover up, but thank you. But yes, if you're in North Carolina or you know anyone in North Carolina, Raleigh specifically is where I'm going. Help me find a venue. If you have some connections there, I would definitely love that. All right, so let's jump into it. Today, I want to share with you 5 reasons why you shouldn't give up. And please, as I share information with you, go ahead and stay engaged with me. Let me know what's resonating with you, what's helping you, and what can you take away from this. And then we're going to keep it moving. So this is going to be a really quick broadcast because I got to get some work done because my kids are in camp right now. So I got to take advantage of this moment, but I also want to pour into you as well. So again, we're not going to be long. So 5 reasons why you shouldn't quit. Number 1 is somebody needs you. Every single person has been created for a purpose. Whatever you believe, there's a reason that you are alive, right? There are gifts that you possess that someone else needs to experience. I believe that with every inch of my, like everything in me, I believe that like there are gifts in you that someone else needs to experience. There is a purpose for your life, seriously. And so if you're thinking about giving up and quitting, one of the reasons why you should not is because someone is waiting for you to show up. Whether they verbally tell you or not, people are watching, people are inspired by something that you're doing. And sometimes you'll never know that and you just have to keep doing the work. I know that from experience because I get emails all the time or messages from people, or I see people in person and people that I don't even know that's watching what I'm doing. I was actually in church the other day, and as I was leaving, I ran into someone, and she was like, "Oh my God, I just love what you're doing. Like, I'm really inspired by your work." And she was like, "One day I'm going to make it to your event." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. That will be, awesome." And she was like, no, I'm serious. I am really inspired by the work that you're doing. Like, she put emphasis on that. Now, I had no idea. I mean, as you know, I just do what I do, but you never know who's watching and who needs you to show up each day. So that they can be inspired and keep pushing forth in their life. So that's number 1. Someone needs you to show up, whether you know it or not. Someone is inspired by something that you're doing. And so you want to keep pushing forward just for that very reason. Number 2 is starting over is not fun. So I was in corporate America, you know this, forever, right? And so I got laid off back in 2013. And one of the reasons I don't think, like, I know that was a blessing for me because I don't think that I would have walked away and did my own thing because I was comfortable, right? Let me put on Do Not Disturb. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't think that I would have walked away and started Be Free Project if I wasn't let go. And I think it was all for a divine purpose and a divine reason. The reason why I know I wouldn't have done it on on my own is because I didn't know what to do, right? Like, what would I do if I quit? Like, just go to another job, and I didn't want to start over. So because I was comfortable. So a reason that I don't want you to quit is because starting over, it isn't fun, right? And like, let's just say in another example, because I don't know if that was a good example or not, but another one, like, let's just say if you have this whole weight loss thing going on, and then you're exercising and you're being consistent for like a couple of weeks, and then you fall off a week. And then when you go back to start working out again, it's harder, right? It's challenging. You lost all your momentum because you took a week off, and now you got to get back into your groove again and build that momentum back up. That was a better example. But yeah, and it's not fun. I know, like, even when I start running, like, when I'm going and I'm good. But then if I fall off track, then I start going again, then I get like this burning in my legs, like where they call it something, and your legs start itching and stuff. It's so uncomfortable, and I get so frustrated because I feel like if I would have just kept going in the beginning, then I wouldn't have to start over, and I wouldn't have to experience what that pain feels like over and over again. Yeah, good. I'm like, that's a better example than what I was saying. But that's number 2, is that starting over isn't fun. So a reason that you should not quit is because you don't want to keep starting over. And this is what I see with clients, and I see with even women in the Facebook group or whatever, where you're starting and you're stopping all the time and there's never any consistency. And then you wonder why things are not working for you because you haven't stuck to something long enough. If you just stick to something instead of quitting is the easy way out. Like, quitting is easy. Giving up is easy. The people that you are inspired by or that you admire and you like, oh my goodness, they're just killing it and they're doing the darn thing. Those are the people that are not quitting and they're not giving up, even when it's uncomfortable, even when they fail, even when there's they don't know what else to do, but they keep going. They have challenges just like the next person, but the reason why you're starting to see their success is because they didn't give up and they didn't quit and they kept going, and they're not constantly starting and stopping, but they kept pushing forward. So that's number 2. Number 3 is a reason that you shouldn't quit is because you'll never know what will happen when you get to the other side, right? So, and this kind of piggybacks off of the number 2 of starting over is not fun. If you're constantly starting and stopping and starting and stopping, and you're doing this thing and then you're doing this and then you're doing something else, and you're never giving it time, you're never going to understand or experience what it feels like to be on the other side of accomplishing something. So for me, it feels really good to be able to even put out that I'm launching this store. There's some hesitation there. Like, I don't know what it is because this is my first time doing this. Everything that I'm doing right now outside of coaching, but entrepreneurship, having these events, everything that I'm doing, this is all very new. However, because I know that I'm in purpose and I'm doing the thing that I know that I've been called to do, and I'm operating in my natural gifts, I understand that there's a lot of things that come with the territory, but it feels so good to get to have this idea, put all this work into it, and then be on the other side of it and starting to being able to celebrate that win, right? So even with launching the Free Your Mind Journal, I had never written a book before, never did that. Like, what the heck? But because I wanted to put out good work into the world and I knew women could benefit from it, it feels good to, even though there were frustrating moments, there were challenges, and now being on the other side of that, to have this product that is actually helping women get clear about what they want. I mean, just go on Amazon and just read the reviews of all the, people who have used the journal and applying it to their life. Like, just see what they're saying about it, right? So that's number 3. Number 4, instant success does not exist. Instant success does not exist. Or another way that I can say that is there's no such thing as overnight success, or it takes 10 years or 15 years to be an overnight success. So when you take out the idea of wanting something to happen quickly, wanting to be rich or have this brand and it's just this exposure and all these great things, like, it takes time to change your life. It takes time to move past depression. It takes time to get emotionally healthy. It takes time to build a business. It takes time to change your life. It takes time when you're doing that self-discovery work, because depending on what you've been through and the challenges that you faced, it may take a little bit more time. I've been doing the self-discovery, the inner work, for 5 years. 5 years I've been doing this, right? My business is 3 years old. So that just goes to show you, like, just a time, the time span that I've been doing the work. And I am successful in many ways, and I don't base my success on money. I base my success on impact and the lives that I'm changing and the things that make me feel like I'm being free and living the life that I desire. Am I actually experiencing that? That is what success is for me. And so please know that success, first of all, you got to define it. And any one of my digital workbooks will help you do that. But you first have to define what success means to you. What is success, right? And then once you define what that is, then you know that there's going to be a process to get to the different areas of your life that you desire. But if you feel like, I want to lose 50 pounds, and because you haven't lost it in a month, you're upset and you feel like quitting and giving up. No, understand that it took time to put the weight on, and it's going to take time to let go of the weight, right? So be happy and comfortable with where you're at, but also continuously making progress. So don't quit. And then number 5 is the 5th one is why you shouldn't quit or why you shouldn't give up. Is because you may not have the right resources, or you may need more accountability. So think about the areas of your life where you feel stuck or where you feel like quitting and giving up and like this is not working. Do you have the right resources? Have you reached out to people? Have you done some research to find out, okay, well, maybe I need to invest in this coach, or maybe I need to invest in this personal trainer, or maybe I need to take this class, the Women's Business Center if you're local, or maybe there's some type of organization in your local neighborhood or whatever. Do I have the accountability that I need, or am I the only person that knows about what I'm working on, so I'm constantly quitting and giving up? So keep that all into perspective. If you don't have the right resources and accountability, it's going to be easy to give up. You're going to want to quit. You need women around you. You need a tribe of people like the Be Free family to connect with that's going to hold you accountable. You need resources. So obviously I coach. I have digital workbooks. I have the Free Your Mind Journal. I'm launching some master classes or online workshops starting next month. If you're local, I have the Be Free Life Be Free Life class. I also have meetups. And that's just me, right? But obviously there's tons of people, depending on what you need, where you can find the resources and products and services that you need to be better. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. And that's a whole nother topic for another day. But if you're uncomfortable with where you're at, or you feel like giving up, keep in mind, and I'll run through the list again, that someone needs you to show up. Somebody is inspired by your work. Somebody needs the gifts that you have, right? They need to experience what you've been called to do, or that purpose that's on you. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm doing it now. No problem, Tanya. So number one is that someone needs you to show up, right? That's number one. 5 reasons why you should not quit. And I need to remind you, ladies, to take notes when I get on, because I know I'm going to share something. But yes, that's number 1. Number 2 is starting over is not fun. You do not want to be someone who constantly starts and stops over and over again. You want to start something and complete it to the very end. And stop. This is a side note, but stop putting more pressure on yourself than you have to do. Stop making, you have so many ideas and so many things that you want to work on, but you can't. You're putting too much on your plate at once. Let's focus on one thing at a time. And I definitely can help you do that with accountability and coaching and things like that. So that's number 2, starting over is not fun. Number 3 is you'll never know what's going to happen or what it's going to look like to complete something if you're always quitting. So if you want to experience success, if you want to get to the other side of that, if you want to really if you really want to experience like what it feels like to complete something, then stop giving up, right? And I probably should have said this, so this is a side note, but define what is your why. So whatever it is that you're working on, I want you to always think about, why are you doing it? That should always be in the forefront of your mind. Why you got married, why you had children, like just say if your spouse is pissing you off and making you upset, like why did I marry this person? Or when I had children, but your children are getting on your nerves, okay, why did I have children? Why did I want this? If you launched a business, why is this important to me? Think about your why, number 1, and let that be the basis of how you make your decisions. So that was number 3, but that was a side note. Number 4 is instant success does not happen overnight. So there's no such thing as instant success, overnight success. It takes time. So you think about Oprah or Beyonce, Jay-Z, I just thought it because they're married, but all these people, Sarah Blakely, like all these people that you admire or that you see like they're killing it and you're like, oh my goodness, that's so awesome. There's so many people that I can list off, big celebrities and even people, whatever, like they're putting in the work, like they stay committed to it, and it's taken years for you to see the glory or the things that are working in their life, right? So just know that there's no such thing as instant success. It's just maybe you're just seeing it because you're watching them online and things like that, but you don't know all the things they had to do to get there. So know that there's no such thing as overnight success. And then lastly, one reason, or number 5, the reason that you should not quit or give up is because you may not have the resources that you need, and you need more accountability. So those are all 5. And with that, again, do not be afraid to invest in yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Just think about, what area of your life do you feel stuck the most? What area are you very uncomfortable with? How do you want to change? What do you need to change? And then finding a resource, a coach, a class, whatever, like find something that can fill that need and focus on that one thing, right? And then once you complete that, you go to something else. And that can even be if there's emotional baggage that you're carrying. Your goal or your focus or your resource, may be to find a therapist or find like some type of self-help group or something like that, to kind of help you. So find that resource that you need, get that accountability. So this way you're not giving up, but you're following through. So let me know, whoever is watching, do you have any questions for me? Because I'm going to log off so I can take advantage of this time and get some work done. But do you have any questions or anything that you want me to expand on? Let me know. And while I'm waiting to see if anyone comments, you know, the Girl Be Free store is launching at the end of this month. So if you're not on my newsletter list, you definitely need to be on there, because I will be announcing that via email first, and that way you'll get an exclusive coupon code for your first purchase. So look forward to that. Again, that's going to happen at the end of this month. If you watch the replay video from yesterday, the Girl Be Free store will consist of tote bags, t-shirts like this, t-shirts, bags, and mugs. So I'm excited about launching that. I know people have been asking, and because you've been asking, now I'm going to put it in your hands. So I'm excited to see, to put this out there and start to see people with Be Free Project gear on. That should be cool. I'm everywhere on social media at Be Free Project, so be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, all that jazz. And then lastly, and then my website is BeFreeProject.com. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, group coaching, anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And that's it. So I don't see any questions, so I'm going to log off. I did good. It's only 21 minutes. Yes. Again, if you're catching the replay, go ahead and drop your questions below and I will respond. Other than that, you ladies have an amazing day, and thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you again soon. Have a great one.